The first harsh truth is not everyone is going to like you. I know, this one hurts, but it's very true. We all want to be liked by other people, even if we are introverted. It's part of just the human experience. Sometimes we meet someone though and it becomes clear they don't like us, and we can fuss around them as much as we like, trying to get them to like us, but in their minds, well, they're already made up and there's nothing we can do. I am sure you have met a stranger before or made a friend and decided you don't actually like them. It might seem harsh, but it's a fact of life. The more time you spend trying to get someone to like you, the sadder your life will become. You can start doubting yourself and lose your confidence, but instead, think to yourself, okay, well, they don't like me, and you know what? That's okay. I have lots of other people in my life that like me and love me, and then you move on and you simply enjoy your life. This next tip will help cure your anxiety. People are too busy thinking about themselves. Have you ever not gone to the gym because you are worried that everyone's going to be watching you? Have you ever tripped over and have then felt so embarrassed because you think that everyone saw you do it? Now we all of us worry about what other people think of us. For some people, it causes extreme anxiety that prevents us from doing things. For others, it can make them feel very insecure in certain situations. But the fact is, worrying about what other people think about us can really damage our happiness. And if you want to live a happy life, you need to accept that sometimes people are just too busy thinking about themselves to even think about you. So when you are at the gym worrying that everyone is watching you, well, to be real, they are actually focused on what they look like and not dropping the weights or falling over on the treadmill. And once you accept this, you'll be able to live a life that is a lot calmer. You are not defined by what you own. There is a lot of pressure to own the newest car, the most expensive house, to dress in designer clothes, and always have the latest iPhone. Now, we all work to afford basics like food, housing, clothes, and petrol. And these alone is an achievement because everything, well, it's more expensive in today's world. If you want to spend your spare money on designer clothes or getting a fancy car, that's fine. But remember, these objects do not define you. What really defines you and what is the most important thing is your personality, who you are as a person, and if you are kind to other people. You always have a choice. We all have choices that we have to make daily. Some are easy and some of these choices are difficult. Sometimes we find ourselves backed into a corner, but this is normally because of the choices we have made. Even if it feels like something is happening to us that was unavoidable, normally it is something that has happened because of a choice we have made. It's all about learning to make the right choices for you, which can mean you need to be sometimes a little bit selfish. Once you realize you will always have choices in life, I promise you, it becomes a lot easier to live a happier life. You have to work your way to the top. Some of the richest people in the world started their career in McDonald's. It is hardly ever true that you will step right into the CEO position and start at the top unless you are, say, a queen, but you need to start out at the bottom and work your way through. When you eventually reach the top, you will be so grateful for all the experience you have gained and all the work that you did to get to where you are. Your feelings are caused by your thoughts. If you are thinking in a negative way, you will not be happy. If you find yourself in a situation that is not positive, but you stay positive, you will come out much better off. Your thoughts are really powerful and they can really shape your life. You need to be able to reframe them. Everyone is sad at some point and everyone occasionally has negative thoughts. You just can't let every thought be negative. You need to learn accountability. We all make mistakes. It's a human thing. Real power comes from owning these mistakes and holding ourselves accountable. Sometimes we just need to put our hands up and say, yep, I did that and I'm so sorry. In the moment, it feels awful, it feels scary, but in the long run, the situation will be over much faster. And you don't have to live with guilt, and others will respect you more for owning up. If you refuse to be held accountable for your mistakes, well, you can never truly be happy. People want you to do well, but not as well as them. Friends, family, and partners want you to succeed. As humans, we are selfish, and even though they want the best for you, they don't want you to do as well as them. They may not realize this, as it is often a subconscious thought which we have, and then, well, this can lead to sabotaging the success. But have you ever received a promotion at work and suddenly your sibling jumps in with something that they have achieved, which kind of out-trumps what you've done? I am sure your sibling is happy for you, but they still want to be seen as doing better. There is never a perfect time to do something. We spend so much time waiting for that perfect timing to do something, like breaking up with a partner, leaving a job, starting a business. And when we finally do it, we think, why didn't I do this much sooner? The harsh truth is the timing will never be perfect. You just have to feel that fear and do it anyway. It's better to do it and not have to regret the time you have wasted waiting. Life is all about perspective. We can get so wrapped up in our own lives that we forget to have that perspective. We start focusing on every single bad thing that is happening in our lives instead of just being grateful for the good things that are also happening. And it's important to remember that someone is always better off than you, and someone is sadly always worse off than you. And if you experience something bad, just take a moment to put yourself into perspective and think, is this situation really that bad? Fear will keep you from living. This one hits home, right? We spend way too much time living in fear, and instead of just living our lives, we get scared. We are scared of failing so that we don't try, or worried about what could happen to us if we ride a roller coaster. If you want to be happier in life, you need to strip away that fear and live outside of your comfort zone, and that's when you will really be living. Your expectations are what causes disappointments. Don't worry, disappointment is a very normal emotion to feel. It's a great motivator and can often help us to work towards something that we want to achieve. The problem is our expectations are what cause disappointment. Let's take a birthday, for example. Maybe you expect to be made a fuss of. You want a cake, you want presents and dinner at your favourite restaurant. You expect this, but you've not told anyone that you want it. Your partner doesn't really celebrate birthdays, and you've never voiced your expectations, so therefore they don't plan anything. So you're left upset and disappointed. And if you had not expected anything, then you would not have been disappointed. And I'm not necessarily saying that you should lower your expectations, but you should be aware of patterns of disappointment. For example, if you keep getting disappointed every year on your birthday, you need to change what you expect the day to be like. You speak up and say, hey, I want a surprise birthday party, hint, hint. And if you do that, you will find that on the day, you will be a lot happier and the small things will mean a lot more to you. You need to work hard. Life isn't easy, and you won't get everything handed to you on a plate. Everyone has to work hard to get to where they want to be in life or to achieve success. The harder you work, the luckier you will become, which will lead to a happier life. Time is more valuable than money. Money, makes the world go around. We all want it and we all work for it. But something we can find ourselves getting wrapped up in is just earning money. We have a number in our head and that number keeps getting bigger. But no matter how much we earn or buy, we never seem to get happier, right? This is because money itself cannot make you happy. A lot of money can buy you something that is valuable, that is actually priceless, and that's time. Time is our single biggest asset. When it's gone, you can't get a refund on it. Every minute that passes is one less minute we have to spend on this earth. Morbid but true. Every minute matters, and money allows you to step back and enjoy the time that you have. And once you realise this, you will live a much happier life. Life can't always be good. I told you there would be some harsh truths here. It's unfortunate, but life cannot always be good. Sometimes when we have our darkest times, our happiest times follow. When life isn't going well, use the power of your thoughts and actions to make it through.